In this video, we're going to have a look at a plugin called Store Customizer. I'm here on the website and it has a ton of features. So it allows you to edit product pages, product price text, sales banners, buttons, related products. And you can see it offers a whole lot of features here. And so what we're going to do then is have a look at the plugin on the website and just have a look at some of the settings that you can change on your shop. So the nice thing is that there's a whole lot that you can do without having to edit any template files, and it all works through the customizer. So there's a free version and a premium version. We're going to focus on the free version today, and I'm going to head over here and show you. This is what it looks like. So we've had a look at installing this Store Customizer, and if we view the details, you'll see that the Store Customizer has this gear with the purple store in the center. And yeah, we've installed that plugin and activated it. And now we're going to head over to the website and see what's possible. So here we are on the website. I have a shop set up. It does have a couple of plugins and a couple of features added to it. So let's have a look and see how the plugin works with the existing setup. So I'm just going to load that up quickly. So you load up Customizer, and then on the left hand side you look here for the Store Customizer. So you can see that I'm using the Astra theme, and then I'm going to use the Store Customizer now to see what I can do about customizing some of the elements in the shop. The first option at the top then is to look at the WooCommerce shop page, which is the page that we're on, and we're really looking at this space here where we have the products. So immediately, straight off the bat, you can remove the shop title. So if we didn't want that word shop there, can it be removed? Right, so we can remove the shop title. I'm going to leave it off then. We don't have the shop sorting drop down. We're not using it. Here we have it over here. So if we wanted to remove that, let's have a look. And then we also have the remove shop sorting results. So if I click that, that will then also remove the shop sorting results. So that was really clever. I have the slider that runs across the top of my product. So maybe then without the filters here, maybe that just makes it look a little bit better. So no shop, and already it's moved things up a bit. So that's looking great. The next thing that we're going to look at is turn off editing products per row per page. And let's see what that does. So that will probably just then go with the default selection, but let's turn that back on. And then here we can actually set the number of products per row. So at the moment we're on 4, so let's move that slider to the right and see how many we get on the page. So we still have 4. This is products per page. So if I scroll down, it's probably now included. Yeah, it's probably included all the products. So if I drop that right down, then we should see fewer products on the page. And yes, now you'll see that the pagination is kicked in. Okay, so that is working in terms of limiting the number of products per page. Then we have the products per row. So let's drop that down and see where we get to. So that drops it now down to 3. Okay, so that is working fine. And then if we go all the way to the right, we can get a total of that doesn't change at all. So let's just try that again. Okay, so there we did move to 4 products, and if I move that to the right, then we get, okay, so we can go to a maximum of 5 products per row. In this case though, I think I'll bring it back to 4. So that is working. The products per page, I'm going to drop that down even more. And then if I scroll down, yeah, you'll see it ended with 1 product. Now it ends on the 3. So it definitely can. Okay, now we just have the 2 rows. And if I move that a bit more, so there's no number here to see how many products there are, but you can see that it is working. And I'll leave it at that because that seemed to work out fine. Then we're going to go down, and now we have the sale banner text. So at the moment, it just says sale. So let's change that to on sale. And yeah, that has been applied. There is a little bit of an issue with the spacing, but that can be remedied. Let's see, add the banner to sold out products. I'm not sure if we have any sold out products in the shop, so that may not take effect. Shows stock amount for users. Not all these products use a managed stock system. What I'm going to do then is this album, I'm going to open that in a new tab. And then what I want to do is edit the product. So let's go back to the admin section. And then I'm going to go to products. And right, so the product that we were looking at here was this music album. Let's quickly have a look at that. So here's the album. We'll quick edit. And we'll change it to manage stock and stock quantity. Let's put in 5. And let's update. Now we have set manage stock, so we'll head back to the website and then go back to the shop. And let's see if the manage stock is working. So I don't see the manage stock working in this particular layout, but maybe it's just the theme that I'm using that's creating that. We did say show stock amount for users, and that's not coming through over there. Maybe because I haven't published here, and the settings may not have taken effect. So I've published now, and we refresh, and yes, there we have the 5 left in stock. So the in stock message is working. Now I would imagine that would normally sit under the add to cart, but because I have another plugin running this quick view, it's kind of moved that a bit down, but the number of items left in stock is working. Let's keep going here then. Edit shop button text. So we've got add to cart. Let's say let's change that to buy now. And okay, so the buy now is working. The select options, select, let's change that to preferences. And then the group product, we have one group product, and is this one over here. And that's the logo collection that just says view products. And let's change that to grouped. So the select preferences is working and the group products is working as well. So that was quite painless. That worked really well. There is an option here to add a new badge for recently added items. Now the problem there is I don't have anything that's new in the shop. So it probably won't show at the moment. And as my sale badge is in the top left, I would probably want that to be in the top right if I had a product that would qualify. Let's try days to determine if we made that a year. Let's see how many new products we have. And we still don't have any new products. Let's make that 2 years. And still no new products. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. Now, the badge for the new product is going to be blue. And I see the blue coming through here on sale, but this is on a different slider. So it may have a slightly different setting there. So nothing showing new at the moment. Let's have a look here then on the archive category pages. So let's publish that, remove the archive title. So let's go over to the accessories archive and let's see how this all fits together. So we're on the shop archive section now and remove the archive count. I don't have an archive count. Remove shop archive breadcrumbs. I don't have, there's the breadcrumb. So let's see about removing that. And no, that didn't have any effect on that particular breadcrumb. And then remove the archive title. Well, we don't have the title visible. So that may just be because of the theme that I'm using, and that's why the breadcrumb didn't go away. Also, Now, because I have this interactive filter, it automatically shows me that I'm in the archive section as well. So in the accessories section. So having the title wasn't entirely necessary. If we have a look at the design elements, so we can customize the store buttons. So we can either go then with the theme style. Now this would apply to all products, not just to the archive. So I'm going to go back to the shop view, and you'll see that we can now edit these buttons. So we have the button color. Before we get to the button style, so the default style looks like that. We can then go for a plain style, which then has slightly rounded corners, very slightly rounded, and then we also have this detail view. So in my case, I prefer the theme view because that fitted nicely across the page and it had the straight edge, so it fits really nicely in that section. The font size, let's have a look about enlarging that. So that is working, yep. And the font is already quite bold, so I'm not sure that I'd want to bold it anymore. So yeah, I didn't think it would bold any more than the bold that it is at the moment. So that might have been set somewhere else. And if we just dial that back down again, we can get the buy now button looking half decent. So right, there we have the buy now button. If we want to change the buy now button color, that's really neat because I can come in here and simply select the orange and I now have a new button color. So that does work. And then we can change the font color. In that case, maybe what I'd do is go for a white font. So you can see this works really nicely. If you want to change back to your default color, simply select and then choose default, and you'll see that the button will return to the color that it was. The next item we have is the hover color. Now, at the moment, if you hover, you have this dark, almost black color. So let's see if we change that to a red, if the hover would work. And yep, now when you hover, you'll see that you have this red button. So I'm going to leave that red button. I quite like that. And the font color, the button hover color, here comes across as black. So let me try for a yellow and see if we have that hover working. Yep, so you very easy then to change the color. So we go from the white on the blue to the yellow on the red. I think I'm going to leave that color like that. Then we can set a border radius. Now, I'm not going to go for a border radius because I quite like the fit against the side. And then we can change some padding. So let's see what that will do. That might just add some space, but not going to add space in this instance. So not on this theme. Okay, but it may well work on yours. Everything else has worked so far. Then we have the customize sale button. And at the moment it says on sale. Okay, so now it's changed it from that circular item to the squarer look. And that actually does work a bit better because you can actually read what it says. And here we can go for more font size. And let's see if, yeah, that looks like that is working. We can also make it bold. And then we also have the sale banner color. So if we wanted to change that sale banner color, we could come in here, and if I wanted to make it blue, for example, we could make it blue, and there we have the on sale. So I'm going to go back to the red. I kind of like the default red. So just click on default and you'll go back to your theme default, which is really nice. Then, yeah, so with that done, we can't change the sale banner color in terms of the font. The next thing I'm going to look at then, there's a border radius that we can apply. Let's have a look at that. See if that has an effect. And yes, you can see a slight radius now on the on sale. So that's looking a lot better. Next one then is, I'm not padding. We could add a bit more padding in there. And yes, that is working as well. So we have a bit more padding. So the sale settings are working nicely. We can then customize the product title. And over here, let's have a look at the font size. I quite like the font size that I have. But let's have a look and see if we can adjust that. So there we go. Let's see if that is a little bit bigger. And I'm not seeing a change in the font size. There we go. So the font size is working, and we just need to get the slider in the correct position. So normally just slide it down or up until you see the size changing. Maybe you've just accidentally selected the same size that it is. And there you can see we can adjust it nice and subtle. And then here we have the font color. So at the moment we have this gray. Let's go for purple. And can we? Yes, we can change the font color to the purple. That works out as well. And then to go back to default, simply back to the default setting, and we're back to default. So it's really easy to create an interesting shop site now by just adjusting a couple of elements, and no need to get entangled with CSS or theme files. So I'm going to publish that so far. Now we can customize the product price. So let's have a look and see. It says we can adjust the size. I'm just going to slide it quite far so I can see what the size is. And what I am noticing is that the strike through line is moving down, but the actual font size isn't changing. So you'll see the strike through line will move up now, but the font size isn't changing. That could be that I've set that font size somewhere else, but it does appear to be working. So if you don't have the font size set in a custom way somewhere else, you should see your product price move up and down. So I'm going to leave that as is. We can also look at changing the price color. So let's see if we can get that to red. And yes, so there we can change the color. That looks great. I'm actually going to leave it at red. And here we also have this option to apply these settings to WooCommerce blocks in Gutenberg. So that would be typically where, for example, maybe on the home page, let's go to the home page of the website. And here, for example, this might have been a block in Gutenberg. A slider, this may well be something to do with Gutenberg. So what I'll do is I'm going to apply the settings to Gutenberg as well and publish. So with those changes applied, we're going to publish. I'm going to head over now to the home page and refresh. And let's see if these blocks. So it looks like the shape of the sale badge has changed. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else that has changed as a result. And when we hover over the button, yes. So some of the settings have already pulled through. The color as well now, the blue color, the pricing in red, and the pricing in red, but only on the sale item. So some of the elements you can see have pulled through. The sale badge in that shape, but different color. So that could also just have something to do with what's on this website at the moment, and then nothing in this slider, which is a different plugin. Let's go back to the shop. The next section that we're going to look at then is going to be an individual product. So this looks like it works really well on the archive view or the shop view. Let's go in now and have a look at this on an individual product. And before we do that, I'm just going to refresh the page here and see about the changes on the website. And yep, everything has changed. That's looking a bit better. And then if I go to a specific archive, so let's try accessories. Now it's actually just filtering what's on this page. So I don't foresee any changes because I'm still technically on the same page I was when I was looking at the archive view. If I go to an individual product, and I then go to the accessories page. So that is slightly different. So I'm in the archive view for accessories now, not just filtered. And yeah, I think the changes have been applied, those that did. And yeah, that's working as it should. Right, let's go onto the single product page and to do that, I'm going to choose a different type of product here. I'm going to choose this hoodie because it does have the variations. And this product over here is just a standard straightforward. So let's see if we can remove the product breadcrumb, which is that at the top of the page. So remove product breadcrumbs, and yes, it does. I'm going to keep them in because I kind of like having that option. If we don't need the zoom, we can look at disabling that. And that has been disabled. And I'm pretty sure that if we remove the image lightbox, that the image lightbox would be removed as well. So if I refresh this page, then we shouldn't have the image lightbox working. So we can still click on the enlarge. So I'm not sure what that, I need to publish. Now let me refresh. And it is no longer visible, but then it just opens on a web page, not in a lightbox. So I think we'll stick with the lightbox. And then the image slider, nothing on there, but we have an image slider over here. And let's see if we publish and refresh, then that row of thumbnail images should be gone. They're still there, and I think I'm going to leave that image slider because it doesn't take away the images, it just says it takes away the slider. And we'll refresh, and then we should have our images back as normal after I've published. Right. Then we have the product image thumbnails per row. Let's drop that down to, I'm not sure what that number would be. Publish. And if I look on this product, let's have a look. Right, so now we're down to 3 images, and then the fourth one slots in below the first row. So yeah, that is working quite nicely. And let's carry on then. The sale banner text. In fact, maybe what I need to do is go back to the shop and choose an image that is going to be better for us to use. And I think this is the image that I'm going to use then to make the adjustments, as it has all the components. And here we can change the sale banner text. So let's change that to on sale and see if that changes. Yep, that's looking a bit better. Do I want to remove the product title? Not really, but let's see if it does remove it. Yes, it does. I'm going to put it back. Then we can add a default price prefix, and you'll see that would be the word from, for example. And you'll see from, and now it will say what the pricing is. So add the prefix to the product shop page. No, I'm just going to add it on the single product. That works nicely for me. Add a default price suffix. So here we've added a prefix, and the suffix would be what comes in after the price. And so now we have from to including VAT. That works really well. That was very easy to do. Edit the product page button, and this is the add to cart, and let's say add to cart now. And yep, that is working. You can see the colors that we have at the moment are taken from the shop page. Let's have a look at remove shop product categories. I don't want to remove SKU and remove tags. So if we wanted to get rid of those meta values of information, it doesn't look like we can remove the SKU or the categories. And in terms of product tags, I'm not sure that there were any. So that's not working on this theme, but that might just be on this particular theme. Show amount sold. It's not something that I've been tracking on the site, so it may not show that purely for that reason. So if I was to select an option, you can see the price also here includes the prefix and the suffix, but there's nothing to indicate number of units. Then add button to continue shopping. Okay, so the continue shopping, I wonder where that would take us. So I'm going to publish that, head over here to the website and refresh, so we can click on that. So we have this continue shopping button, and when you click on it, it takes you back to the shop. Okay, so would that be true in all cases? So let's say, what you'll also notice now is that the category has also been removed. So that does appear that the settings to remove SKU product categories, maybe remove product tags, maybe it did have some effect. If I go into the hoodies, for example, and then I go and I have a look at a hoodie, right, okay, now they're back, and then I say continue shopping. Will it take me back to hoodies or the main shop? So it takes me back to the main shop. What I would like to test now, you'll see that we have the SKU and category back. So if I was to remove the categories in SKU, it is working and removing them. So I'm not sure why it didn't work before, but you can see that they are not visible there. So yes, you can remove categories and the SKU. Show amount sold, add the button to continue shopping. And the continue shopping URL at the moment is the home page, but you could also send that somewhere else. So you could also maybe have a promotion on, let's see, check out the beanies, and let's see. Okay, and then we could change that URL then. So I know the beanies are in the accessories category, and there's the beanie, and then I'll just get the accessories link. Okay, so this could be a nice way to just create some kind of a promotion on the website. You want to get people exposed to a new product. Nice quick way then to add the button, and if you click on it, this one will take you straight through to accessories, and there we have the beanies. So yeah, that works quite well. Let's get back here. That's quite a nice feature. Edit variable product drop down label. So let's have a look. This is a variable product and default label. Choose an option. So it's that label inside. Choose, let's say, your options. And yes, that is working. So that, interesting, not seen that too often. The add to cart increment value. So, wow, we can set that value. At the moment, it's on 3. So that just means it starts on 3, but you can, that sets the minimum value when adding to cart. And probably might want to do that by product rather than across the whole website. And then the maximum allowable value. So we can't go beyond 10. Okay. That is something that I would like to allocate to an individual item and not necessarily to the entire website. But we can drop that down to 1. So now you can have a minimum value of 1 and then a maximum value of 10. Maybe that's something to look at then for your shop globally, and increment up or down by a certain value. So if you want to sell something in pairs, 1, 3, so then maybe you'd set your minimum value to 2. And now you can only order 2 items at a time. So if you have a kind of a wholesale shop, then that would make perfect sense. But I would rather like to do that per item. Then we have the sticky add to cart that's not available to us. Perhaps that is the Pro. Product page tabs, also not available. But there are some things that we can do here. One of the interesting things was to remove the description tab and then add the description later. So here, after the tabs, I can add the long description. So add product long description after tabs. Then you will see this is not the same as this. This is the long description. The other nice thing is that you could implement a divider. So you could put a solid line across the page to indicate that we're no longer looking at the brand and additional information, but now we're looking at the product. And then it has this top spacing. So I'm going to take it all the way down. Okay, it's the spacing below the line, but even so, that works. And then there's also the bottom spacing, and you can also add a bottom divider. So there we have a bottom divider as well, and maybe just change the spacing a little bit to match this one. So yeah, there are a couple of things that you can do. Maybe if you didn't have the brand tab, which I have here, which has this image which pushes the content down a bit. And then we have the additional information and the reviews. Now, the additional info tab, if we don't need that, we can also remove that tab, and we can remove the reviews tab. So in this case, there would normally be nothing here except that we have this brand plugin that shows the brand. But then this information here with the long description would be moved all the way up, and that would then make a bit of sense with a long description instead of having the tab just to carry on reading. And there we have the additional information. So that could work. Add product additional info after tabs. So here's the additional info then. So instead of putting the sizes in the tab, actually this makes a bit more sense then, because immediately you can see what it is and it forms part of the narrative here in a way. Also, you can adjust the top spacing and the bottom spacing. And in a case like this, maybe we don't want the bottom divider. Let's have a look. Divider style here, none. So I'm not going to add a bottom divider here then, so that you can literally just keep on going. But that didn't work. Okay, so it automatically, okay, well then I must have a look here at the divider. Okay, we'll remove the bottom divider from the additional information, and then we have this table with the, yeah, so that can kind of work, I guess. Divider style none. We're not going to put a divider in there. Max width, top spacing, bottom spacing, add a bottom divider. I don't think it's necessary with the table. And then add product reviews. I'm not going to add them necessarily, but let's have a look and see what that looks like. So, and then the reviews. So that does mean that scrolling down, there's no tabs, you just keep scrolling. Yeah, a different look. I think that can work. And then we can have a look at some design elements. So here we're then looking at the customize the product title, and we're looking at a font size. So let's go a little bit bigger. Maybe we want it nice and big. And yes, it is slightly larger. The color, the black, it blends in too much. Let's go with something striking to get that name out there. And yeah, so that is working. The product price, let's have a look at the font size. Now, previously that wasn't working. So if I move that all the way to the right, okay, so the prefix and the suffix are enlarging, but not the actual price. So that price may be a theme setting, which is then overriding what we're doing. But we can still then set the size of the from and the including, and then the font color. Let's have a look and see if we make that red. Will that stand out? Yep, that is working. So the color's working, and already in the red, that's looking a bit better. Customize the product button colors. So let's have a look. And let's make it red and just see what it is that we're looking at. And what I'll do is I'll just activate the product. So no, that's not doing anything that I can see anyway. The button font color, to make that yellow. Let's see if the font color works. Nothing there, nothing at the bottom. So these settings are not working on this particular page. And let's go down a bit more and then customize the continue shopping button. And here we can change the button color. So I don't want to make it the same as the cart. So let's make that yellow. And then let's make the hover color orange. Font size, we can make the fonts a bit bigger, but we can't change the color of the font. So yeah, so we could do something along those lines. So that would then make it quite attractive then if you're going to use that for a promotion. Of course, you can also add your own custom styles in the traditional way to the page. And let's just refresh here now on a completely different kind of product. And yeah, the colors have changed. That's looking better. Add to cart. So the add to cart previously was blue. Now it's red with the yellow. And if I go back here, you'll see that the button color was red with the yellow. And just to test that, I'm going to change that to blue and publish. Let's refresh and see now if that red changes to blue. And yes, it does. So yeah, maybe that's a better way of doing it. So yeah, the settings do take effect. Sometimes better to check on a product that's not inside the customizer. Sometimes the changes apply, but you don't see them. So that is working. So that's quite a lot of customizing that you can do on a single product. And remember that this is a free plugin. And already you can see the value of all that you can do. I'm not going to look at the account page right now. Let's go to the cart. So we've got one item in the cart. So there we are on the cart page, and let's see what we can do. Can we remove the coupons form? So that's the apply coupon. Okay, no more coupons allowed. Disabled user adjusting the quantity. At the moment, we had that adjustment option. Now, okay, single value. Remove the product links. So once they're in the basket here, you don't want them going anywhere with anything that's in the basket. There, that's done. Then we can add some extra product information. So we could show the product category, the variations, and even the stock. Now the album, we did add some stock. So yes, there we go. And if there was a variation, I'm pretty sure that would show you as well. So that's pretty nice additional information actually. That isn't available as standard, so that's really nice. Add a back to shop button. And here we can choose where we want that. And that's coming up here with after proceed to checkout next to the cart table button. So let's have a look. I'm not seeing that next to cart table coupon, but we disable the coupon and then before the cart table. So we probably don't want it before the cart table because we want people to shop. If we introduce the coupon again, so let's allow the coupon and then let's add the button back to the next to cart coupon. And let's have a look. Yeah, and there we have the back to shop. So yeah, interesting. Not sure that I'm keen on a back to shop button actually. So I would normally remove, but it does have an option here to do a bit of a promo. So you could still then push a specific product and try and encourage them to go and have a look at it to add to cart. So maybe last chance to add a XYZ to your basket or something. So you could use that as a promotion, not just a back to shop button. So I'm going to remove that. I don't want that there really. And then we've got the cart sell and cart total. So move the cart sells to below, the cross sells to below, and move the cross sell section. I don't have any cross sells here in the traditional sense. This is a different plugin, so it's not going to have any effect. But if you do have some cross sells here, that'll probably work. The cross sells title, products per row, number of cross sells to show. Then we have the cart totals title, and we can edit the title. So at the moment it says cart totals. So let's have a look and see cart total. And let's see what happens. Yep, that changes. That's great. So if you want to change that, you can. Then the empty cart page. Let's have a look. Let's remove this item. And now we have the empty cart page. Let's see what comes through now. We're just waiting for the customizer to refresh. So I'm going to publish that. Okay, so your cart is empty, return, and then we have some extra text to go. Let's see if that adds it anywhere. It is doing something, but let's see if it actually applies it anywhere. Seems to have slowed down now that we have no items in the cart. So album removed, your cart is currently empty. Yeah, I'm not seeing this text anywhere. Edit the return to shop. Add, let's say, add something. Select the page this button links to. Let's make it back to the shop. So the nice thing is that you can then, do a bit of customizing, which is really nice, especially if you are, promoting different products. So wow. So the text. Okay, so the return to shop didn't take on the changes that I made, and the button design. Let's see if we can make it a bit bigger. Then I'm going to publish, and I'm going to head over here to the cart because the cart is empty, and let's have a look and see what we get. So nothing to see on the cart page. Let me add something and then go to the cart page. So let's go to view cart. Right, so I'm on the cart, and if I was to remove that element, what would I have? The continue shopping. It is adding the add something, and there you can see some extra text to go here, and you'll see it's not showing up here, but the changes are actually taking effect. So that's why I like to check. And maybe you have to buy something. Okay, so that is working. Let's publish. Scroll down. So we've checked that. The button is definitely a lot bigger than normal. So that is definitely working. Let's see if we refresh the cart, what happens? You have to buy something. Yeah, so that is working great. And then we have the cart table buttons. So the cart table buttons, let's have a look and see. What I'll do is I'm going to do that here. I'm going to go to add something. We'll add something to the cart quickly. So let's say buy now, and we'll view the cart. Right, so we're in the cart. So now we're looking at the cart buttons, customize the cart buttons. So if I make that red, font color yellow, and then the hover color, I'll make that blue. And the hover font color, I'll make that white. So let's publish that and refresh and see what we get. And you can immediately see a difference. So not the proceed to checkout so much as the update cart. And when you hover, yep, then we have the blue and the white from the red and the yellow. So that is definitely working. That's great. And then the proceed to checkout button, I have no doubt that that will also be working. We'll make that a little bit bigger. We'll add a bit of padding, and let's make that one red because we really want them to have a look. Font color will be white. And we have an option then on the hover. Let's make the hover, let's make that yellow. And then the font color will make red. Publish. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be working. So now when we refresh, those changes should have taken place. Right, yep, look at that nice big button, proceed to checkout. I really like that. So that was really easy to set up. And now there's no mistaking the checkout button. So with that done, it's time to head over to the checkout then. So out of the cart page and off to the checkout page. And this is a free plugin, and you can already see the sheer volume of what you have available. Now, fortunately, that purchase that I made here is pulling through into the customizer. So we have that information. Let's say edit the coupon section text. Um, let's go. You have a coupon question mark, and you'll see here that we have that coupon. You have a coupon that's working fantastic. Coupon code link text. Click here to enter your code. Let's say check if it's working. That's great. And then if you have a coupon code, please apply it. Um, if you have a coupon, please apply it below. Let's say, do you feel lucky? And that should be working fine. Yeah, that's working great. Okay, then we have the order notes text. The order notes is down the bottom here. So there's the order notes. You want what? Yeah, that is working. And then the placeholder text, um, tell us your story. Okay, so then we have that updated. That's going to work. Yeah. Then we have add a custom image. I'm not sure where the custom image is going to go. So let's select something from our media library. We have a couple of images here. Let's go with a sports car. That looks good. Let's see where that gets placed. And that just comes in at the bottom of the page. So yeah, there's just a nice picture at the bottom of the page. Next then is show discount amount saved. Aha, now was this product on sale? Yes, you saved $2. That's actually a very nice feature at the checkout. So I think we'll keep that one. Um, add text under place order button. Okay, the text you save, background color and font color. Let's see then. So maybe something like red and the font color of white. Ah, that's nice. So that stands out really nicely. So that's what you see instead of how much you're paying. That's quite sneaky. And then add text under place and order button. Ah, so this is like your personal data, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, now that is under the place order button, but we already have it on the page there, so I don't think we need to have it on twice. Right, then we can remove some fields. So let's say I wanted to remove the last name field. Can we do that? If it works for one, it should work for all. So it didn't work now on the checkout field. So let's publish that, head over to the website and just double check. And it is working. It's just not working there. So, okay, so that is working. All of those fields are working. Then we can customize the place order button. So here we have the place order. Let's go all systems go. Is that going to work? Yes, all systems go is working. And we want to make that nice and big, and we want quite a bit of padding. We don't want people to miss the button. And yeah, having this bigger button just does something to the page. So I quite like this this plugin with some of the options it's offering. And then once again, you can configure the button. So I'll just change one color, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to work. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to change it back to the blue. I like the blue. Maybe what you want to do there is go with the green because it's all systems go, and the font color of white. Great. Okay, the white. Yeah, there we go. All systems go. Let's get cracking. And then to hover, we'll hover with the green, and then the font color. Let's make that yellow. That might be too psychedelic. Oh, no, that's subtle enough to see that you're on the button. But I would imagine it would be better to change it completely. So all systems grow and click and go. Yeah, that's great. So that's working really nicely. And then customize the checkout details headings. So checkout details headings are billing details. So let's make that money details. Let's see what we get there. Billing details. Yeah, that's working. Ship to a friend. That will be at the bottom. Let's have a look. Additional information. And where would we have the shipping information here? So we have the money details. Scroll down. Additional information. Okay, so on this particular layout, it doesn't appear to be a physical address, just the money details. Okay, so that's theme related, not the plugin, but I'm pretty sure that that would be working. And then you've got your order, the damages, and yes, that is working. So yeah, that's working great. So everything, yeah, it's working as it should. And then one last thing, let's change that to purple. And the damages, yeah. So you know what? There's a lot that you can do with this plugin that really can enhance your store. A couple of good features that you can add besides just changing the colors and stuff. Then let's go and have a look at the account page. Account tab design. So we have side styling or horizontal. At the moment, we have it on the side. If we say horizontal, okay, so or none, maybe no tabs. Although that's going to be very difficult to navigate. So, okay, so the default is side tab styling. And then you can just turn on tabs. So edit the tabs or remove the tab. So something like orders, maybe we want to make that your orders. Yeah, so your orders, your downloads, your address, your account details. And then we have this logout tab. We don't have a logout tab here, but easy enough to log out. So I guess nothing to remove there. Okay, so that's the account page, and I think that pretty much wraps up everything that's available. So this is the store customizer. Then we have some more options here. So turn on front end product statistics, and to have a look at those, let's have a look in the shop view. And I'm not sure what statistics will be shown. Not that a lot has been bought on this shop, to be honest. And then we have this add login, log out. Let's add it to the main navigation and see if that gets added. Okay, so we have it there. Let me just go and have a look on the website itself and see how that comes through. So on this page, we don't have the that cart summary. You know what? Maybe it's going to look better in the admin navigation right at the top of the page. So let's change it to the admin section there and see. A little bit odd. That could just be some styling that we need to do, but that's fine. It is there. And what menu it links to, let's link it to the Okay, let's link it to the WooCommerce page. That's better. The login redirect, I would imagine that's after you've logged in, redirects you to the shop. Then the logout text is logout, that's great. And logout redirect page, and let's still let's take you to the on sale page then. So after you've logged out, we'll send you to go and look at the sale items. How's that? And then add a notice to WooCommerce pages. And let's have a look and see. I'll just leave that as the notice. So, there we have a statistics icon. So, okay, so those are the statistics. Let's publish that. I'm going to go over to the shop and let's go and check out some of the stats then on the product. So, so the product stats, there we go. I'm not sure. I haven't seen any stats. Here they come now. Okay, so beanie will tell us how many beanies. Okay, so that just refreshes then in the bottom left-hand corner, and you can get an idea of sales and stuff. So that's actually a really nice little feature as well. You don't have to go through the WooCommerce setup in the background. You can just come to your website, and if you have a question, just click on that and it'll show. And obviously only available to admin, and then if you want to edit the product, you can click on it and edit it immediately. So actually the stats also another nice idea. What I'm not seeing though is that notification message for pages. Let's see if it shows up on an individual product, and nothing here, nothing that I can see. So let's just have another look at that. So add a notice to WooCommerce pages. Aha, let's say top of page. So don't forget, if you do activate, tell it where to go. So it doesn't show unless you've specified. And here we have the notice. And let's include all the archive pages. And we have this notice, and that's great because it could be a nice store notice. Then we can edit the design. Let's see what we can edit. So the size I'm happy with, text size, that's fine. The notice color, that's the blue, the maximum width, and the bottom margin. So can't really change the background or the text color to make it really stand out, but you're still able to at least then make that possible. Let's go back. So I think then, that pretty much covers then all the customizing that you can do with the store customizer. So, as a free version of a plugin, I'd say it's fantastic. It works. It does what it says on the tin. And it has a couple of nice, innovative things that you can do as well, especially when it comes to page. And also the ability just for that big button. And then also on the checkout page where you have this use save. I really like that. So a couple of good options to consider. I would highly recommend this plugin then if you have a shop and you want to do some customizing and you don't have a lot of coding experience or CSS experience. That works really well. So the name of that is then the Store Customizer. If you really like it and you think you want to take it further, you'll see here that they have this annual pricing, $49 for one, $59 for five, and then $89 per year for unlimited websites. And here you have a table of the differences. So if we just have a look quickly, add extra account tabs to user account page. So if you want to customize what's available to the user, you can. Add plus and minus buttons to the product page. So that's makes, especially on mobile, makes it easier to, add more items to the cart. Store customizer, catalog mode and settings. Store customizer, Ajax product search and settings. So that's nice. Is as you search, there'll be a drop down that appears, and that will then bring you the search results immediately. Product quick view and settings. That's the quick view button where you have this light box open with the product information. You don't have to go to the page. Then we have the Store Customizer menu carton settings. Thank you pages for WooCommerce. So that can be quite nice because you can customize. If you have a look here at the thank you page, you can really create something innovative then for the person after making the purchase. You also have the handheld menu bar. So at the bottom of the page on a mobile device, you can have that navigation, and then product badges. Instead of being stuck with the standard like the sale you can add some innovative badges. So that's also a great one. Yeah, so I think if you look at all that's available, that's the cart that drops down, that's the quick view, that's the Ajax product search. And there we have the catalog mode where there's no add to cart button, but you can just see what the products are. Yeah, so a lot to be said for the plugin. So really up to you what you want to do, but just the free version really is fantastic. You can add a ton of nice, interesting things to your website, and even from an admin point of view, to have access to your stats right here from the website, that is fantastic. Right, well, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, and thank you for watching.